Thank you, our organizers, and happy to see the printers and prints of this auditorium. James, you're good. I would like to take your attention here before I begin. I will be speaking about how India responded to 2004 tsunami. Now, the background that I'd like all of you to keep in mind is that before 2004, in India, we do not have an institution of disaster management. There was no disaster management systems. And with that background, I would like you to understand how we have responded to the 2004 Indian tsunami. We have responded something like when Christopher Columbus began his explorations. He does not have a complete roadmap, but only what he has was a bold vision. And I think that's how Christopher Columbus, discovered even the United States and other parts of the world. So India too responded to 2004 tsunami only with a bold vision, but we do not have a roadmap. This is one of the famous temples in the southernmost part of India. It's called Kanyakumari. Now in this temple is built on the rock. It's like Peter. It's built on the rock. And this was not affected. A lot of tourists go here, devotees go here to see sunset and sunrise. December 26, 2004, 8 magnitude of earthquake, 6.29 m with its epicenter of the coast of Sumatra hit, and it has affected 13 coastal districts in Tamil Nadu. It's the southern part of India. That was the worst hit district in India. Nagapattinam was the worst affected district, which is located in the state of Tamil Nadu, which is bordering, I think, Sri Lanka. Now this is how it began. And the Tamil Nadu, the Nagapattinam is the red spot. The scale of disaster, we never had this scale of disaster in India. In the year 1999, there was a super cyclone in the state called Odisha, which has devastated the state. But the government there did not even wake up to respond to the chains of climate-induced disaster. And we also had another disaster called Bhuj earthquake in the year 2001, which occurred during 26th January when India was celebrating its Republic Day. And a lot of destructions were there. These were the two disasters which awakened the government of India. And we draw a few lessons from there and how we have responded. Now within this period, in Tamil Nadu, this is the human loss. And in Nagapattinam, that district alone is this much. Now the immediate concern that we had was disposal of the dead bodies. If 100 people died, disposal of the dead body would be easy. But we have here thousands. How do we dispose them? Another concern was restoration of electricity, which was damaged, water supply, providing food for the affected families, removal of the debris, prevention of epidemics, distribution of immediate relief packages, which was announced by the government of the state, Tamil Nadu. Now, day 3, from 26, 27, on the 28th, we could understand the magnitude of the tsunami disasters that was really hit our country. The realization that district missionary alone will not suffice to respond to the event. We call upon the state government and other neighboring states and international NGOs. I hope everyone is all right. Yeah. After lunch, I think Tom is allowing us to take a nap or so. Please keep awake. Yeah. Because there was, I was, just to break off, there was the best economist of the city who was looking down, wants to prove himself. Like any one of us sitting down here, we are all coming from, I'm a leisure colonel and what, all from the top bosses. He wants to prove himself that he is the best economist. So he met a shepherd boy, and said, "Can I tell you how many ships you have?" The shepherd boy said, "No, I don't know." For how many years you have been tendering your ship? The boy said, "Maybe around 30 years. You still don't know your ship, number of ships that you have?" Then the boy said, "No. If I tell you the exact number that you have, the number of ships that you have, I can pick anyone." The boy said, "Okay." He says, "You have 200 ships." And the boy said, "Okay, you take one." And the best economist, instead of taking the ship, he was taking the dog which was helping the shepherd boy defrog the ship. He was the best economist, but he could not distinguish between the ship and the dog. Sometimes we are like that. So, the Secretary Rural Development was appointed as the point person so that we can have an incident command system that was established. How we have responded after 3 days. Then 73 affected habitations were divided into 7 contiguous habitations, each with the flexibility of finance. Now, one of the best things that we have learned is this. There was an NGO coordinations office set up, which was supported by UNDP. And that's where I came in to coordinate it, sharing my experience, how we have done. This is an extremely sensitive and delicate activity. More than 419 international NGOs came in there with big money. The chicken per kilo was 50 rupees. During this crisis, it hit up to 160 per kilo. How do you regulate that? And not only that, there were 419 NGOs, they want to do all the things by themselves. It's add-on disaster. So how do we handle it? So right from day one, the district administration, a very smart guy, his name is Brother Krishnan, he's a senior IAS officer, maintained extremely cordial relationship with all the NGOs. Daily coordination meeting conducted with NGOs to sort out issues there and then. So there was a NCRC NGO Coordination Resource Center, which was established, which really took the shape. An NGO Coordination Center which was set up at the District Collective Office. In fact, that was the pointer for all the NGOs to do what they are supposed to be doing, what they ought to do. Now, the sectoral allocations based on the expertise and the scale of financial resources what they have was what we did. Now, another NGO will come and say, okay, this much of money I have, and this is what I can do. So based on the sectoral allocations, we started working out. Now the special efforts, what we gave was also a psychosocial support, which is very, very important in every crisis, be it man-made or natural disaster. It has been widely documented that every after disasters, they involve loss of life, loss of homes, and loss of jobs. Survivors experience a significant emotional impact, which is an important thing to address. So in order to do this, what we did was, we have NIMHANS, which is called National Institute of Mental Health, which is based in Bangalore. And the Christian Medical College, along with the government doctors, we divided sector-wise, the habitation-wise, to help give counseling, social support to the affected families. Some of the most visible and tangible work that we did at the end, I have many other experiences, but due to the paucity of time, I'll come to this. Certain visible development incorporating disaster risk reduction features during tsunami recovery was around 50,000 homes we rebuilt. An alternative livelihood was promoted. And Anamodi centers were rebuilt. That acts as a disaster shelters. Lessons that we learned from this event. After that event, we realized, no, we should have an act that will regulate, that will bring in policies and guidelines so that we have a systematic way of responding to disaster. Now, we realize disaster is no longer if, but it's a matter of when it will happen. So, individuals, governments, and decision makers cannot be strangers to disaster. That's what India has taken a step. And finding the way where the risks are coming from and understanding the strategies to address those risks was what we have done. And most precisely because the increasing number of climate change-induced disasters. So therefore, disaster risk reduction should be a way of life for every individual in the country. That's how, in the year 2005, after tsunami, India passed an act called Disaster Management Act 2005, which has a body at the national level, every state and every district headquarters, and we have a full force. We have around 16 battalion of disaster response force equipped to respond to any event. I think we sent our battalion to Nepal and plus even in Japan. Now, 27 May, our former United States President Bill Clinton came to visit us. That's what he said. Mr. Clinton had words of praise for districts and the administrative machinery. He said, "We would like to adopt the systems you have here, since it has worked." That's the word of our former President of the United States. And that is the famous elector. This is during this visit. We coordinated this visit, and I never knew that there are many protocol issues when American presidents visit. So we had it, we did not sleep for 3 days. So, to be sure of hitting the target, shoot first. And whatever you hit, only that. Thank you.